I heard a song. That song was bibbly babbly bip bip boop bop bidap bip boo. And I heard that song. Look at that. Look at these options. These options. Options. I heard there was some options, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and use them options. Why am I using them options? I don't know. I don't know. I got things that are going, like, stuff is happening. Stuff. Why are you loading so long? Why are you loading so long? The length of your loading is too long. Oh, look at this. Oh. I waken from a dream. I waken from a dream. My dream has awoken me. And there's only one thing to do. Oh my god. Where am I? What's happening? Are there bees? Why won't you let me open the door? Now you let me open the door? Are there bees out here? Where are the bees? I don't see no bees. I'm in a bedroom. The bedroom is full of bedrooms. And what are the gravity animals? What are the gravity animals? I don't understand. You have to tell me these things before we start. What are gravity animals? I need to know what those are in the lore. Let's go to sleep. Good dream, bad dream. Only one way to find out, Howard. Here we are. We're in a dream. We're dreaming. Daydream, believing, and I think that's I believe that it's a song. It's a song, and I can't sing that. I'm not allowed to sing that. What am I doing? Why are all the things here? Why is everything floofy? I know there's more cubes here every time you come here. We have to finish the Guardian Quandary. Let's go into the Guardian Quandary. We're in the Guardian Quandary now. In the Quandary of Guardians. I'm Quandary. Haberdashery. I swear, the more the meat morphs meep, I have puzzles to solve. I have puzzles to solve. I don't understand the words I'm saying. You don't understand the words I'm saying. I have puzzles to solve. Where are the puzzles? Let's run into the desert. We don't have to think. Let's run into the desert. Ooh, here's a direction. Run into the desert. Run! What is this? Oh, this is, oh no. Oh no. No, we're getting out of here right now. We're not staying down there. That's awful. We have to find our meat morphs. Where are our meat morphs? Is that our meat morph? I have puzzles to solve. Puzzles. Where are my puzzles? Come on. Let's go to the puzzles. I swear. Every time I come into this, it's stress. It's stress. stress. I have so much stress. I have puzzles to solve and stress. I know it sounds pretty. I know it sounds happy. It's not happy. It's not pretty. I have a puzzle to solve, and it's stress. Yeah. I gotta light up all the ding-dong-dongs. I know the fountains. Look at the wishes. Look at the wishes. Look at the wishes. Okay, so we gotta get at our ding-dong. Because we need the ding-dong to move the beams of energy. The beams of energy. And if we don't move them in the right direction, I can't solve the puzzle. Okay. We're gonna solve the puzzles. What's the right button? Okay. Oh, I've already tried so many different directions that this puzzle can go in for puzzling. Don't you give me this music. It's too loud. It's too loud. The music is too loud. Why is the music too loud? I didn't set the music volume that loud. Get quieter. Resume. Yeah, ding dong diddly dork. This is what we gotta do. You know what? I went in the wrong direction to begin with. Because there's that there. So hold on. Gosh darn your dibbly dingus. Yep, that's right. That's right, dibbly dingus. No, I went the wrong direction to begin with. Because the beam has to travel all over the world so that I can put it through a bunch of stupid rings. Where's the stupid beginning of this ring? No. So hold on. We gotta boink. You gotta wait for it to get through there. There. One dingus done. Now we have to put that dingus and point it towards that thing, right? Because if I don't put it to that thing, but I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. Because if I move one of these in the wrong direction, it doesn't work. And this stupid puzzle is stupid. Hold on. Stop! Come back. We have to move everything in the right direction to get the stupid puzzle to stupid work because it's stupid. Ah! Hold on. So we got two of the dinguses. dinguses. The dinguses. Okay. I swear, this puzzle gets more infuriating every time I come here. Hold on. Oh, so close. I'm so close. Oh, this puzzle is so frustrating and I hate it. Okay. Now, I should be able to move this thing around to go through the stupid hole of the last ding dong to make it work. Alright. Is that all the ding dongs? Oh my god. Oh my goodness, I got the ding dong. No, I'm still trying to go through my items. Stop telling me what I'm doing. Gargamel. Okay, there we go. I got the last thingy ding. The puzzles! The puzzles! Okay, I got a painting or something, but it didn't show up in my inventory. What the heck is that about? I don't know. Ding dongs. The dongs that ding in the ding dongs. So I have to explain the reason I'm so frustrated right now is I actually spent way more time than you've seen trying to figure out that stupid puzzle, because there was the one broken one and they were all over the map, and I felt stupid. I felt so stupid. Okay. But I got the painting, the ding dong. So now I have to do the puzzles here. And there's the cemetery puzzle, and then there's the tunnel puzzle. Now, the cemetery puzzle is just a matter of getting all the lights on. And then I will get whatever prize is there? Maybe not prize, but the thing. I'm lost. I'm lost and the ding-dongs are making me crazy. Whoa, 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 what's that? What's that? Whoa. It's our bedroom. Okay, we found our bedroom. Where's the cemetery? Because I think I have to do the cemetery, and then I have to do the, puzzle in the middle of the world? Where's the cemetery? I should know where this stuff is. I don't. Ooh, signpost. Okay, the graveyard is that way. Let's run. Till we see another signpost. Look out for a signpost. Is there a signpost? Where's your signpost? Is that... I don't know what that is. What is this? What is this? Why is there a random sauna in here? Is there something I'm supposed to put in here? Oh, no. Is there extra bonus puzzles that I don't know about? No. No. Not bonus I don't want bonus puzzles. I'm already perplexed by the puzzles I have. Oh no, what is this? No. No. No, not bonus puzzles. We don't want we don't need bonus puzzles. We don't need bonus puzzles in our weird dreamscape. Hachi Machi barbecue sauce. What is that? Is there a room? I don't know, making us crazy. So crazy we're full of bees? Why can't I read any of these signs? Catacombs, the Oasis. Graveyard. Got it. Got it. Graveyard! Where's them graves? I gotta solve the graveyard puzzle with the lights. Where is it? Give me my graves. I don't want more robots or more puzzles or more side thingy dingies. No. Narnia. Narnia! It would really help if I could read this shit. Okay, I can't read that one, so we're going this way. No, I've been up here. No, I've been up here. Let's go down this way. Gargamel! I can't with all the mysteries and the woobly wots. What's over here? Ooh, another sign, another sign, another sign. Okay, something about the catacombs, the hollow. I can't. Okay, graveyard, that way. Because I know I have to solve the graveyard puzzle, then I have to go to the weird, tunnels in the middle. Is that over here or over there? We're gonna find out really soon. Nope, that's my bedroom. It's over here. Over here. Over here. Here, over here, over here. Here, over. Over here. Guess not over there. That has teeth. Here's a cave. This is a cave. Cavey, cavey, cavey. Let's get out of the cave. Where's the graveyard? There's all these signs that point all over the place, but I can't find one side. Okay, thank you. How do I get up on that cliff? Okay, that's the weird tunnel, right? How do I get up on that cliff? Let's forget the graveyard for 2 seconds. How do I get up on that cliff? Because there's something up there, and I need it. I need it. I need the thing. Is it up here? Ooh. Let's run. Run, 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 run. Okay. So. No. Standing atop a cliff suggests that you're trying to achieve a fresh point of view before making a life-altering decision. Climbing down a cliff may signify you'll need to come down to earth and be realistic about what you aim to achieve. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Hold on. Hello, psychic paper. Okay, there's the maze entrance. Are there 4 maze entrances? You have... No. 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 Why are there 4 maze entrances? Also, where am I? There's a cave. And there's water. And there's a cave. Where am I? Which cave entrance are you? Why doesn't it show me where I am on this map? This map of doom and despair. Okay, so... Where is a signpost? We need a signpost. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? I ran, so whatever it was, I missed it. Or is it whatever's over here? The Hollow. Even going to Catacombs. Media Center. Graveyard. Graveyard? Is it over here? The dream is making me very uncomfortable. How do I keep getting lost? Okay, which is this? What does this take me to? What does this take me to? Where does this take me? Where does this take me? Where? Where am I going? Am I going back to the garden? With the puzzle I already solved? And that's zap. No, it takes me out here. Okay, I got a painting. Is that the painting? Scene 1. Can I go into additional dreams yet? Like, is that an option? Or do I have to finish every dream before I can go into a new dream? You have to tell me these things. Your logic is nonsensical and gibberishy and full of balloons. Also, why can't I run over here? Okay, so I have to finish the Guardian Quandary first. Okay, I can't go into any additional dreams until I finish the Garden Quandary. I got a painting. There's another portal. Let's see where the other portal leads. If the other portal leads to the garden, then we don't worry about it. Right? Right. I cannot tell you how many times I've played this game, and every single time it makes me frustrated in the best way. I love it. I love this frustration. This frustration is like eggs, or maybe old cheese. we have to find where that other portal is, because is there only a portal that takes me to the garden place? Because if that's the case, it doesn't matter. But we have to know. We have to actually know. Tangibly, really, physically know. We have to feel it in our bones. Our bones, our happy bones. Also, why don't these places close off after I've explored them? It would make more sense if they closed off after I explored them. Okay, I hear the birds. Is this the garden? Is this the garden? Is there more things I can do in the garden? Because I already finished the beam puzzle. Is there more I can do here? Because if there's nothing hidden here, I'll just leave and I'll go on to something else. Okay. I don't think there's anything else here. I do too. I wish I'd brought a picnic basket with me. I want a picnic. Okay, let's leave. That painting seems to be the only thing here of value. And if that's the case... where do I go from here? So I still have the cemetery and the underground maze, the maze tunnels. In the graveyard, excuse me. So I have the graveyard and I have the maze to do. And I wish this game was a little more open in terms of, like, what can you do? Where can you go? But let's go over to this, because I need to know where the graveyard is, because if I'm not, I keep missing it. Graveyard. Is it pointing this way? Okay, we keep our eyes open. We keep both our eyes open. Even if our eyes are full of bees, we keep them open for the graveyard. The hollow. I can't read that. Graveyard. Graveyard is down here. Can we take a moment to really admire? Because I'm still on the first level. The first part of the game. I've done one puzzle. One puzzle. Graveyard is over there. Look at that light. Look at that light. Isn't that cool? The graveyard is somewhere over here. Is it this way? Okay, here's the sauna again. What is the sauna for? Is there something I can do here? last time I got to the graveyard, it was mostly on accident. Okay, I can't make that out. Graveyard is that way. But I have completed one puzzle so far. Okay, here's the lookout. Oh, is it over here? Is it over here? Is it over here? No, that's my weird bedroom again. Where is the graveyard? Oh, graveyard. Somewhere over there. Okay. Let's think. Because somehow I keep missing the graveyard. Am I going the wrong direction? Am I missing the entrance? Is it over here? Somewhere? Catacombs and graveyard that way. Now, is it telling me that it's back this way? Is it back this way somewhere? Because there's the maze. Maybe we do the maze first, and then the graveyard? Oh, God. I'm gonna get lost in here, aren't I? Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna follow if you stick to the left side of the room and follow through. Okay, that brought me back to one of these. So... Oh, God. try this way. We'll stay to the right, right? And if we stay to the right, we should find our way through. But that's the trick. You know, that's the thing, like with mazes, that you're supposed to essentially put your hand on a wall and continue following that wall, and that will lead you to the end of the maze.
I want to know where these wires lead to. Is someone living down here?
That's a wonderful question. We don't have time for that, okay? Ah, there we go. Do I need to do the cemetery before I do this? So what is it? It's... Is that right? Yeah? Well, look at this. Okay, so... Activating this program will lock the test subject in the lower catacombs until completed. Are you sure? No, I don't want to continue that yet. That's locked. Hello, Dr. Mason. Please enter your command. Banana. Command not recognized. Of course it's not. What's this? Dear Dr. Mason, I have heard numerous reports filed against your research by your own speedily diminishing staff that express some serious concerns for the current safety protocol in place to shut down the project. Before I raise the issue with someone above my own position, I thought I'd do you the courtesy of allowing you to explain your own circumstances to me in advance. Regards, James Pritchard. Everything is under control here. The recruits are just easily spooked given the nature of my research. It is to be expected. Dear Dr. Mason, I'm afraid your assurance isn't enough in this case, and I would have preferred to have gone over the protocols myself before passing them up the chain. I don't know what exactly you are doing out there, but we have you risking the lives of our scientists or yourself for the company's insurance. Regards, James Pritchard. Dear Mr. Pritchard, you'll have to forgive the abruptness in my last email, but I forgot that it was the company policy to stop doing important research to answer the beck and call of every office monkey who managed to push the send button that day. Whilst I'll openly admit our current shutdown and withdrawal procedure is rather drawn out and long-winded, it can still be completed by a competent team of 4 in 3 minutes flat. A team I'd like to point out is exactly 10 times faster than the current evacuation record in the company office should it set on fire someday. Again, I'm not one to point fingers, but had the grant I requested over 2 months ago made it someday. Through the sticky taffy, that is the filing system the office adopted, I would have been able to implement an automated version of the shutdown and probably build a simple AI application to do your job for you by now. Lastly, I'd like to point out that had you bothered to read over the file on my research, you'd have noticed that after the safety report filed, when one of your staff members first came into contact with the smoke, was evaluating our research that was deemed Euclid. You'd have gone on to notice that the safety reports you are concerned with were filed 2 months ago during this time. Regards, Dr. Mason. Millions are losing out on 1 billion pensions bonanza because they have lost track of their policies. Many people are not aware of the true value of these pensions, and most shockingly, a quarter of those who have paid into the retirement fund have no idea where it is. Many people have an increasing distrust of the banks and insurers that manage their pensions. Yes, I do. I have an incredible distrust. I don't trust them. Why are they there? Why do they have my pensions? Why do they have them? I didn't give them permission. You don't have my permission to have my pensions. You may have seen recently that the pensions market has been extensively reported in the media as significant questions are being asked regarding the changes and, most importantly, the performance of pension products. It is very important that you take the time to check that your pension is... I'm not reading any more of this. With a free car! Caution, this message may or may not be spam. Hello. A research opinion poll is given that the chance to win £10,000 to spend on whatever you like. So it's done at the house or the garden. Around the world trip. A new car! Brand new car! Or designer goodies. The choice is yours. This is your opportunity to get your hands on a big bundle of cash for free. Complete our consumer survey to be automatically entered into our free prize draw. And ensure you get deals and offers in the future tailored to suit your needs. You could be out £10,000, winner. So give it a go today. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need your money. How do I close this window? It's spam. That's spam. Oh God, no. I have to read more things. Urgh. I have to read more things. I have to read more things. I have to read more things. One of the more elusive parts of my research is why the smoke behaves as they do. What exactly is their motive for existing? Their origin in what, if anything, do they want? Unfortunately, I don't have much to assist in my understanding in this area, but that hasn't stopped me from trying. Firstly, in the effect of being caught by the smoke. Something which horrified us in the first time it happened. Those caught up in the smoke disappeared for 1 to 4 days until to suddenly appear in our research area. I got the lyrics wrong. They will not remember anything over the length of time they were missing. And they will also have a noticeable decrease in motivation that appears to fade over time. affecting some more than others. How was my research singing? If my research singing ever makes you sad, you just have to go ahead and tell me, and I'm gonna tell you shut your face. In the event of emergency, the following procedures must be enacted swiftly and without error. Actions required. The smokes are contained using the biosensitive photon emitters. Being semi-ethereal in nature, the smokes cannot fully pass through solid objects or stay still for a prolonged period of time. The works to our advantage during the shutdown protocol. Alright. So this is what I'm gonna do. Alright. I'm not reading any more of that junk. How do I get out of the computer? Oh, back out. There we go. What is this? What in the world? Why? Why is there math? I don't need a game with math. I need a game with cheese or perhaps a souffle. Why is there math? I don't need to do math this game. Okay. So we're gonna get out of here. And we're gonna come back when I can figure out whatever madness is behind this thing. This thing of madness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so just see. Oh, look at! I found stairs. I found stairs that escaped me from the place that make me go away now. I still don't know where the cemetery is. This seems complicated and painful. Painful and complicated. Where's the cemetery? I've been everywhere, but I haven't found the cemetery except for that one time on accident. How? How have I only found it once on accident? Let me think for a moment. I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for being here during this absolute madness. This is madness. All of this is madness. What? No. I'm so sorry, I'm just looking at some things. Oh my god. Okay. So I don't know what to do. I can't find the cemetery again. I do not want to try the smoke maze? The maze of smoke that shuts down, locks me. I am lost. Thank you for noting. Thank you for pointing that out. Howard. I think that's his name, right? Howard? Is the graveyard over here? I can't find it. I can't find it. There was a arrow that pointed over here, though. What's over here? That just took me around in a circle. Or am I missing a secret path? I'm not missing a secret path. It's somewhere obvious that I'm not seeing for some reason. Yeah, that's just a loop route. I don't need a loop route. I need a graveyard. What's up here? No! Goblins' butts! Okay, so you are here. Where is the where hazardous weather condition? What hazardous weather? Where's the graveyard? I see 4 maze entrances. Hachi Machi barbecue sauce. Also, there's the stupid TVs and everything. Oh my god. I don't know where I am. I can't find anything. And the only thing I could find is the stupid smoke maze. The smoke maze? Nar. Nar. I guess this is my reminder that I need to do more puzzle games. I love puzzles. I do. I truly love puzzles. But a game like this is gonna make me loopy as a bag of tricks. Like, I can find everything. Yeah. Okay. You know what? This is our second stream for the day. We've done a whole lot. I'm gonna lose my fruits. All of my fruits. 7 or 8 of them. Like, Wiggly Wobbly Wombat. How can I not find who is I solved a puzzle today. I solved a puzzle today. I've done a bunch of Valheim. I think I need to take a break and step away. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go batty. 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 This has been extensively painful. I have to take a break. I will return to you as soon as is humanly possible. But I need to step away from this computer because I've used up all of my brain. All of it. Take care, be excellent, I'll see everybody real soon.